down 1,000 times. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm standing right here. Demons all around, but I ain't got no fear.
Welcome to the show, guys. We've got an exciting one here for you today. We are talking about something that no one else has ever talked about for a fantasy football show. We are talking about draft, date, and ditch. And I've got a great co-host on with me, the fantasy's first lady. Gwen is on the show. Gwen, we are about to change the game and show these people what they've never seen before. I'm excited to dive into this.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So just to describe the game a little bit, so those of you may have played Kill, Marry, then the F word. This is kind of a version of that game. So it's going to be draft, date, or ditch. And I'm going to pick one to draft, one to date, and one to ditch. So it's going to be really fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's based on ADP. So I'm going to give her 3 players from each of the first 7 rounds. For example, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan, Jamar Chase are the first, there's 3 names. Is she going to draft them? Is she going to date them, or is she going to ditch them? And that's what we're going to find out right here, right now. Now, I'm going to chime in on either drafting or ditching them. I have no intention of dating any NFL player. I'm happily married to a female that's a non-NFL player. So that's completely out of the question for me. But this is going to be fun. Gwen's going to dive in on the date part. So again, let's recap here. First 7 rounds, 3 players each round. Is she going to draft them? Is she going to date them? That is not a train sound effect, what? Or, this is my favorite, is she gonna ditch them? That's too long of a flush. So we're gonna find out right here, right now. But before I get into that, guys, make sure you guys do secure the 16-round draft solution right now. Sleepers, breakouts, optimal players drafted in each round. Everything you need to crush your leagues. And I'm telling you guys, it's like handing you, the draft championship or the championship on a silver platter. 16 rounds of linked below. Head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. Also join the Patreon group, patreon.com/FFcounselor for in-season content. Amazing community. Gwen will be contributing to the group as well. I know a lot of you guys kept asking me, what's her at? How do I talk to her? Let me know more about Gwen. Well, she's going to be in the Patreon group, patreon.com/FFcounselor. Exclusive lives, some exclusive videos, and we're talking fantasy videos, guys. I mean, fantasy football videos, that is. So, you're going to get exclusive content to her, for fantasy sports and NFL. Now, she's actually a football player, so you're going to get a ton of good stuff from her. Right, Gwen? You know your stuff.
I do know my stuff. And if you haven't listened before, I've been playing football for 10 years, so I have a lot of good knowledge.
Absolutely. So let's dive into this. Let's go with the first 3 here. I'm ready to dive into this. All right. You got the magical twinkle. You got the breaking news. I'm going to pull up the first 3 players. Now, here's the game. Draft them, date them, or ditch them. First 3 are Bijan, a.k.a. Bijan Robinson. Good-looking dude. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and judge anything looks-wise. Travis Kelce, he's known to be a ladies' man. I think he was actually in a show. He had his own reality show called Chasing Kelce or Catching Kelce or something like that. Could be wrong, but I think he had his own reality show. Maybe you were on. Were you on that, Gwen? You weren't on that show, were you?
No, I wasn't on that show. The only TV show I've been on is Double Dare on Nickelodeon 2 times, actually.
I can't say I've seen that. All right, so here we go, Gwen. So we've got the 3 players. We got Bijan, Kelce, or Justin Jefferson. You got to draft one. You got to date one. You got to ditch one. What do you got here? So what do you got?
Okay, I'll start with draft. So I think Justin Jefferson, obviously, I'm going to draft him. He's a machine. Everyone knew where the ball was going last year, and he still killed it. So got to draft Justin Jefferson for sure.
So he's a definite draft. And again, he's safe. I would definitely draft him too. But hold on, we're not done yet. He's draftable, but he's not my draft guy. Continue.
Okay. So date is next. And I think I'm going to pick what probably everyone expects me to pick for this. But I'm going to pick Kelce. He's obviously hot. And he's funny. And his brother is an Eagles player. So that would be like free Eagles tickets for me. So got to go date for Kelce.
So date for Kelce, which makes Bijan the did? You can't ditch.
So
hold on a sec. This is my first overall pick, my 1.0. He is the man. I've got him in all my leagues, and you're going to ditch him.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad you pronounced his name correctly right there. I'm rubbing off on you. So I know you love him, and and he is going to be great. But he's a rookie running back, and I would rather take a sure thing with you gave me Justin Jefferson in the same three, so I had to go Justin Jefferson for draft, and Kelsey obviously is the date one. So you just forced me into a ditch for
And
your
that's what
boy
makes it so
Bijan.
hard. It's hard to ditch anybody coming off. And that's what makes it so hard. It's hard to ditch anybody in the first or any one of these rounds. So they're all great talent. We're talking first 7 rounds. This is going to be the hardest question I've ever been, where we're ditching Bijan. There you have it, guys. There's round 1 here. Let's move on to round 2. Let us know, guys, what you think in the comments. What would you guys do? Love to hear your feedback. Would you draft and ditch or date any of these people? Most likely 90% of our audience is males. Most of them probably won't be wanting to date any of these guys, but not that there's anything wrong with that. Some of them may want to. Let us know below. We'd like to hear it. Right?
I think you want to date Christian McCaffrey based on all your feedback on his modeling. So
I get that all the time. I know I talk about Christian McCaffrey and I post his modeling pictures.
You're in love.
On the contrary, I actually do not want to date Christian McCaffrey. In fact, I want him to get on the field because he's always modeling. Now, did you actually see a video just came out with Saquon Barkley doing a TikTok? Did you see that one?
Oh, I haven't yet, and I love Saquon because he went to Penn State. I've actually met him. He's awesome.
Nice guy?
Yeah, he's a very nice guy.
Okay, well, if you ever see him again, ask him what he's doing here. So I'm going to pull this up here on my screen. So I'm going to actually show you guys here. I don't know if you can see it, but here he is dancing to a TikTok.
Oh, you know what? This popped up on my Instagram literally right before we hopped on the show, but I didn't even watch it yet.
Okay, so you can watch a little bit here. But what the problem is not so much that it's just that he's not focused. Like he should be on the field doing focusing.
This is like Patrick Mahomes' wife vibes right here.
This is Juju vibes.
And brother. Yeah, that too. Man, I mean, his dance moves are good though.
He can move, but
I can't hate on Saquon. He's a Penn Stater, so
I just want him to move on the field, not so much. I mean, it is off season, but he's got contract issues. But
he could take 2 minutes to do it. I'm sure he's a good enough dancer. He didn't have to practice that.
Unacceptable. Back on the field. All right. Well, we're going into round 2 here. And the next 3 guys here, are you going to draft them? Are you going to date them? Are you going to ditch them? And I think I spelled Garrett Wilson wrong, but that's okay. It's for demonstration purposes here only. Will you draft, date, or ditch Nick Chubb, Garrett Wilson, or Breece the Beast? He's the beast. So I'm wondering if you want to beast out on a date with him. I'd love to hear your feedback on these 3. What are you doing?
Okay, so I'll start with draft again. I talked about him on a previous show. I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson for the draft. He's reigning offensive rookie of the year, and now Aaron Rodgers is throwing him the ball. And I know some people have things to say about Aaron Rodgers, but I think he's going to be a good draft for this season. Okay. We're going to go date. Yeah, so no, let's do ditch last. Date, we'll do Nick Chubb, and on a previous show, I also made the joke about having a chubby for Chubb. If I was a guy, chubby. So this is a real hypothetical because I'm a girl. But yes, on and off the field, I have the hypothetical chubby because I think he's actually the cutest of the 3 of these people. So I'm gonna have to go date for Nick Chubb.
Wow.
And then ditch. I'm gonna ditch another one of your. Another one of your faves. We're gonna ditch Breece Hall. We also talked about him on a previous show. So he's coming off the ACL injury. You never know how you never know how a player's gonna perform coming off an injury. So bye Breece.
I hope he proves you wrong. I'm going to go ahead and draft Breece Hall. I mean, round 2 is a little early. I got him. His ADP's typically end of round 2, maybe round 3. By the way, going back to first round, I'm drafting Bijan. I just want to go back to that one. I didn't say it. I'm drafting Bijan, and I'm probably going to ditch Jefferson because I don't go wide receiver that round. And if I was going to date somebody, it would be Kelsey, but I'm not going to do that. So there you go. In this round, man, I'm definitely going to be drafting, Breece Hall for upside. I actually ended up drafting Garrett Wilson in 2 quarterback leagues, so he's on one of my leagues. Love the upside. I'm ditching. I get all great options here. I'm just going to draft Breece. I'm going to ditch Chubb. That's it. Garrett Wilson, who knows? That's what I got to do. It's weird. Once I take date out, you're kind of just leaving one hanging when I go over it.
Yeah, that's okay though.
It's okay. Let's move on. All right. So let's move on to the third round. I know you're excited about this round. Because once I sent you this list, you got really giddy about this. Round 3. Are you going to draft, date, or ditch Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Pat Mahomes? 3, good-looking dudes. You can't complain here. I'm curious to hear what you're doing here.
Yeah, so the draft pick, as much as this pains me to say as an Eagles fan, and I actually don't like him, but from a fantasy perspective, he's been the best quarterback for the last couple of years. And I actually watched him live at the Super Bowl, come back in the second half on that ankle injury and just like kill it and run all over the Eagles. I certainly would never date him, and his wife and brother are super annoying. I wish I could say ditch for him, but yeah, I'm going to pick Patrick Mahomes for draft because it would be irresponsible from a fantasy perspective, I think, to tell you to ditch him, even though I really wish I could ditch him for this.
So who are you dating and who are you ditching?
Okay, so obviously as an Eagles fan, but not, even if I wasn't an Eagles fan, Jalen Hurts he's hot. I love his attitude. I love his quads. I have a thing for guys with nice muscular legs. And of course the way he plays. He's amazing. Right. So I'm picking him for date for sure.
Okay. All right.
I would draft him if I didn't want to date him.
The train's coming through again.
Or train. I heard it as a bed shaking.
I was
My mind's in the gutter. My mind's in the gutter.
It is actually a bed. I was just trying to play off a train. I was trying to fool the listeners. I don't think they were buying it though.
Yeah, well.
All right. So you're ditching Mr. Josh Allen. You don't seem to be the only one upset with Josh Allen. I mean, it seems like him and Diggs had some off-field drama this year. Apparently, that's kind of worked itself out. So yeah, I guess you're ditching Josh Allen here.
Yeah, and I think Josh is cute too, and I think he's a good quarterback. And I actually I do like the Bills as if I'm, I obviously love the Eagles first, but I feel like the Bills they kind of have the same fans as the Eagles do, like same passion, they jump on tables. But anyway, Josh is always running around and I'm afraid of him getting injured. So in comparison to the other two,
They run around too though. They run around.
They do, but I think they're better runners. Like, and Patrick Mahomes had his ankle injured and just came out in the second half of the Super Bowl and was running all over our team. And Jalen Hurts is always great at running, and especially on fourth down, QB sneak. Like Josh Allen, I got a dish. I'm sorry, Josh.
I'm actually drafting Josh Allen. I'm going to ditch the other two. That's it. That's it. I mean, I like Hurts as well. Coming off that pinnacle year, big contract, I think Buffalo makes a good run this year. I really feel that this is the year of the Buffalo. They got to do something. I think Hurts still has a couple more years to prove himself. This is more of a desperation year. It seems like Diggs and Allen are on thin ice. They need to make something happen this year. I think there's a sense of urgency in Buffalo this year. I think their defense is good. Philly's defense is good too. It'll be a good year for both. So I'm going to go ahead and draft Allen and ditch the other two. All right, we are moving into round 4, and I got another date sound effect for. Wait till you hear the sound effect for this one. Okay. This is a good one. So round 4, this is a good one here. Keenan Allen.
Okay.
Draft, date, or ditch. Keenan Allen, Lamar Jackson, Drake London. Okay. Again, I am not here to judge, but relatively good-looking dudes, right? Lamar Jackson, a lot of money right now. I think he's like pretty much a billionaire. I think he's got the biggest bag out of all these guys. We're talking money here. So what do you think here? Draft, date, or ditch these guys?
That's funny. I think Lamar Jackson's probably the least attractive of these three. So I'm going to draft Keenan Allen. And I think he's excellent at route running, and he's the number one option on a pass-heavy team. I'm going to go draft for him. Date. I'm going to go Drake London for this, and I'm going to sound like a cougar because he's 21. But he's the cutest of the three of these, so I'm going to go with date. Oh, gosh.
That is a plunger, by the way, everybody. If you guys didn't hear that. So she's dating. I'm with the plunger.
That's a weird sound for this one.
Well, actually, we used that for our suckasode. I don't know if you knew this, but we used that for our suckasode with Tim, and Tim thought it was a plunger, and I told him
Oh.
to use his imagination, so he started getting, that's what it is. But yeah, it was for our suckasode, but I thought it'd be a
Oh,
good fit for the dating as well.
got it. Okay.
Okay, it's a
Let's not
plunger.
use that one again.
Okay, all
Um,
right.
okay, and then ditch, obviously, the one left is Lamar Jackson. He can't stay on the field, especially during the playoffs, fantasy playoffs specifically. He no-showed the last 2 years. So ditch. Bye.
Just bye. See you later. I like that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and draft Drake London. I like the value. Wide receiver one on his team. Keenan Allen's washed. He's like 35,000 years old. And Lamar Jackson, I got other quarterbacks I like that throw over 3,000 yards and finish complete seasons. He only played 12 games last season and 12 games the year before. So I'm not sold on him. I don't like Odell Beckham Jr., not sold on his offense. No. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and just draft Drake London and go ahead and ditch the other two. Done. They're done. Done. All right, we are already in the fifth round here. Fifth round. And we just want to just take to the audience here and see how they are feeling about this. What do you guys think, audience? Do you like it so far? Well, that's a Conchita song. Okay, they don't like it. I'm just joking around. They actually had this one sound. It was a clap sound. And I can't find it right now. It was like this perfect studio audience sound, and I lost it now. So we'll have to find that one. When I find it, we'll play it, and we'll get the view of the audience here. All right.
Okay.
All right. So
Sounds
what
good.
round? We're into 5 here.
5.
Mixon, Herbert, Pittman. Round 5. Average ADP people. Who are you drafting? Who are you dating? And who are you ditching?
Okay, so first I'm going to draft Joe Mixon. He punched a woman in college, so I can't date him.
Yes. A
We
lot
don't
of
like
drama.
that. Yeah, none of that. So we'll draft him instead. I think he's another mid-round risky running back that I would roster if you don't get 2 stud running backs in the first 2 rounds. Perina's out of the picture, so it should be the Joe Mixon show in Cincinnati. So draft him. Date. This group was really not filled with the most attractive of guys. So I'm going to go with Michael Pittman for the date because I think he
Okay.
was the better looking of the 3 of them. And then I'm going to
Yep.
ditch Justin Herbert. To me, he looks like a Disney character. So that's a no for dating. His girlfriend does too, actually. He dates that, I think, ESPN Taylor. But yeah, so drafting also no for him. If I'm not getting one of the top guys, I'd rather draft 2 guys late, like Kirk and Stafford. I don't think there's any point in drafting a question mark upside guy. So ditching him.
I'm actually drafting Herbert. I'm avoiding Mixon, Pittman. Not sold on these guys. Pittman obviously dealing with a new quarterback in there. Richardson, we're not sure what to expect out of him. Could be some upside there. I love Herbert at the ADP, rounds 4 to 5. Ace quarterback, contract year, good receiving core this year. So that's my thoughts on it. You know, I guess we disagree on this one again. Let's see what the audience thinks. Audience, what do you think of the show? That's like I said, I told Tim this is one of those audiences, like it's a calm audience, like one of those intimate, like Oprah Winfrey.
We clap. We need a more vivacious audience.
I lost my motivational clap there, but we'll find it later. All right. We're going into round 6. We got 2 more rounds to go. Again, make sure you guys do drop a thumbs up. Let us know what you think, guys. Would you draft or ditch any of these players? Love to get your feedback, making this entertaining for you. 2 more rounds to go. This one, Mr. Hare, Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Pitts, Evans. I mean, how do you say no and not date Mr. Hare? That hair, it's longer than yours.
Yeah, I guess it is actually at this point in time, trying to grow it back out as long as his. But that's exactly why I'm not going to date him. He's a little too pretty for me. I like guys that are a little bit more scruffy,
stronger,
real men.
Okay.
So I know you. So I'm going to actually draft Trevor Lawrence. I know you like him. I like him too. So I think we're actually going to agree for once of the 7 rounds. And this is his 2nd year in Doug Peterson's system. I love Doug Peterson as an Eagles fan. He won us our Super Bowl. And the Jags have a lot of weapons. So I think definitely drafting Trevor Lawrence. I think he'll be great. Date. I'm going to go Mike Evans. He's a great wide receiver for Tampa. I'm concerned about drafting anyone from the Bucs this year because of Baker. I just don't know how he's how he's going to be. He's very streaky, but Mike Evans is the cutest of the three of these, in my opinion. So I'm going to go date for this one, but he's married. So,
And you're ditching the Pitts, sir.
and
Kyle
then
Pitts.
Pitts is going to the pits. I'm gonna take your saying for this and say years to wow me, and I'm not wowed. Right?
He's been very disappointing to say the least,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
I actually like Lawrence here as well. I'm going to draft him, ditch the other two. Although if I do need a wide receiver, Evans is coming out at a good ADP, but do I trust the quarterback? Do I trust the situation? Older Evans? Not really. So they're going to be passed for me. All right, next round is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, we got 3 guys here. One of them is coming back, Deshaun Watson, Waller, and Swift. Now, Deshaun Watson, if you guys know Deshaun Watson, he had some massages last year, right? So, Mr. Massage Watson.
Oh gosh, that's so creepy.
That's Watson. That was actually, this is a live feed from Watson in one of the massage rooms where he was actually getting a massage. We've actually got the actual sound effect from that. So are you going to draft, date, and ditch? Be very careful because Watson, he really likes massages. So you're going to have to go an extra level up for him if you decide to date him.
Okay.
Watson, Waller, and DeAndre Swift. And we put Swift in here because you're a big Eagles fan, so I had to throw him in there. And he's had years to wow me. We're not wowed. So just be careful with this. This one's a trick. And Waller's a big-time rapper. I don't know if you've seen his rap videos. He's just as good as Le'Veon Bell, and they both suck. So,
I'm actually I'm going to draft Waller. I think he has a solid upside in the 7th round if you miss out on the top guys like Kelsey, Andrews, or Goddard. And
new team, new offense could be good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna date my Eagle, DeAndre Swift. I gotta go with the Eagles player, and he's got a baby. He's got the baby face. I think he's the cutest actually of these 3. But I mean, I still take Jalen Hurts over. Don't stop.
Watson.
I definitely take Jalen over DeAndre Swift. But anyway, I'm going to ditch. So I'm sure Deshaun Watson probably gives a good massage at this point. But I have to ditch him. He had an awful year and he's all around just creepy. And if you read the actual report of what the girls said, it's so strange. He said he he would say that the towel was itchy and then thrust while he was getting a massage until he finished. Yeah, so he would say that the towel that's over him was itchy, and then he would thrust while he's getting a massage until he finished, allegedly. So that's so gross.
So this was an excuse to get them to scratch the itch.
Yeah, or he
maybe he was really itchy.
Listen, I just think it's creepy. I don't know.
Where were his hands? Can't he just scratch it himself?
Well, that's what I think it's saying. I think he was saying his towel was itchy and he would just rub himself until he finished. I'm pretty sure that's how I'm reading. Ew. Yeah. Anyway, he's a creep. So we're ditching him. We're ditching him. I hope you're ditching him too.
I am 100% dating him. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You'll get a good massage.
I'm actually going to go ahead, and this is a true story. I'm actually going to go ahead and ditch all 3 of them. That's it. I don't care about this game. I'm staying away from all 3. I don't like the rapping of Waller. I definitely 100% do not like the moaning of Deshaun Watson. And DeAndre Swift was a big letdown last year. That's a big no for me. No, I'm out completely from these guys. Done. I don't care. I'm ditching them all. And if you guys want to know exactly who I'm drafting in round 7, get the 16-round draft solution. That's it. That's simple. So yeah, I mean that's it. We're done. We could have gone. We should have done the whole draft at this point, but that would be too much fun. Too many sound effects. So guys, drop a comment below. Let us know. We'd love to get your feedback here on what you guys think. Do you agree with these picks? Would you draft them or ditch them? We really want to get your feedback. Have a lot of fun here. And of course, guys, direct access, patreon.com/FFcounselor. And yeah, I mean, this was a fun show, Gwen. I hope we do this again. We got to do more of these fun shows. Let us know if you guys want more of these type of shows.
Yeah, I love this for sure. Definitely.
I don't think anyone's doing this. I really do not think anyone's doing this. I have a good a good sense of the industry, and nobody's doing this.
Yeah.
So
I don't
it's
think
exciting
so either.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So we want to wish you guys a farewell. I want to say goodbye. Gwen wants to say goodbye. Deshaun Watson wants to say goodbye. That is such a Deshaun Watson thing. Oh, this was too good. All right, guys, subscribe, thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. We'll talk soon. And Gwen, any last words for everybody?
Just drop your comments. Follow me on Instagram, the Football Barbie.
Yeah.
And apply. All right. I like the sound effects on this show, Joe. I approve of even the moan. I think it was funny.
I think they were timed perfectly.
Yes.
All right.
This was good.
All right, we'll talk soon, guys. Subscribe, thumbs up, let us know what you think, and we are out. I gotta go laugh somewhere else. This is too much. I'll talk soon.
All right, bye, everyone.